Alright, and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today video we are going to build this symbol feature when we have a customer visits our page and they want to send us some of the messages. For example, hi, I want to have a handsome coach. And for example, if you sent in this message to our website, we want the owner or the admin of the website want to receive via the email the customer information, right? And so today we are going to build that. So when we hit send, it should be have a very simple UI that we are sending it. And let's check on though. So we just have the message sent and thank you for getting back to you soon, and we have a small notifications that we all be setting up, and we want to check that do we have the receive this the data that we want. We have a new message from the website, from the email, and we have the name, and we also having the message that the customer want to send with us. So this is the first components we want to build it, and the second one that we want to also using the mail send is the subscriptions. So for example, we have some someone want to subscribe when we have the blog, or later on we want people to subscribe to the newsletter, and we just have the subscribe it. And let's check on this website. Okay, so we also received the email that we have a new from the website from Thing, and this is automate. So this is kind of wrong, so we should add the test that we have a new subscriber, we have a new follower, we have a new follower from website, and from Thing this is automate. Okay, so when we adjust that, I believe if we tries again. Okay, so let's hold on. So when we hit subscribe, I should set in the data into the phone again. So you see, let's check on those. So we just try to revamp the message. So we have received a new follower from the website. Yeah, I think this is the way we want to build the informations when we receive the email, like the way we want. And we also can send a message as well, follower, this is the message, so we have a message as well. All right, so I think let's fit a little bit of the bug that I'm having right now. Okay, so I think this is the new letter, right? Okay, so okay, so when we choose and we send it, we want to send it to the phone. Okay, I think that's good. Shows again when we hit, so it's current is true. So I'm the begin. We send it, so it's waiting a bit, and okay, so it should be normal right now. All right. Okay, so let's get started for the coding part. Alright, before we jump into the code, feel free to check out the GitHub repo where all the code and all the setting up of the video already been there. So you guys can have a look first, and then you can code along. And the best practice that when you read through it, you heard through it, and then you try to copy one by one, or you try to customize by on your situations. It will be going to be the best case. Okay. So if you feel something trouble, feel free to reach it out via the my descriptions that I also attach my link into there. Feel free to drop a message that maybe we can hold up for this information that you guys want. And so far I think this tutorial have been the most organized tutorial I have been built. So feel free to hit the start for it if you want, and yeah, just enjoy the tutorial. Okay, once again, thank you guys for supporting the channel. All right, before we jump into the code, I want to explain a little bit. So the way we used to send the emails, that we using the not mailer to send it. So you guys need to set it up this node mailer first. So in here we have in the way we are going to be install it. So in the project I already installed it, so you guys can pause the video and install it and follow my instructions. So after you have installed the node mailer, right, so you guys will need 4 of these informations that we want. First thing, we need a server host. Second thing, we want to have in a username, and we also want to have in the server password, and we also have the mail receiver. So fast forward, this is the informations need to run the node mailer into our system. So where do you going to get those informations? So first thing, I go into pin this link into our descriptions. So feel free to click into it, and you will see that when we jump into this link, the Google asks us to log in. So feel free to log in, and when you log in, you will see that we can create the app. So this is for Vietnamese, but like if we're going to be the same. So if I say I create a name of the applications like this one, and I hit create, and it will generate a kind of the password that I want. So in this case, you guys can copy it and go into our code base, create follow into the env. So you're going to have the env.local in this sense. So when you hit into here, you go into create for environment value, key value in here. So the first going to be the server host. So this is exactly the way based on the instruction of the article I have been follow. So feel free to copy that. It works in every project. So the server username in here, you guys go into use the email that you are logging in with the app on the Google. So in this sense, this is my email, personal email, so I use in there. So the second one is the password, right? So when you copy this password, you need to paste it in here. So this is, you can see that is my different password. This one. And the mail receiver is this best practice here. So we have mail receiver and .email, and you guys can pause the video to use it in here. So feel free to change the informations is the username and the password. Okay, so after you have been setting up those, feel free to use the way I do it here to make sure that it's work first before you making any change or customize by you want. All right. So first we need to have a transporter. So the transporter going to be create a transport into the server, and it's going to use our service is the Gmail, and you need to have the authentications. This is the user and the password of the Google app. Very simple, right? And the next step, we're going to be create functions that receive file content. First is the email. The email is the customer email, and the send to is the one we want to send, and the subject is the subject of the email, the text, and the HTML is the content. So all of those is string. All right. And first we need to verify with the transporter in here. So let's make sure that we have the authentications. So if we don't have the correct username and the passwords, it's going to be throw the error outside. So after we have authentications, and we go into be send email. So you see that after we verify, we're going to be send the email functions in here. So we send the email, and inside of that we go into content, fill up the information. First we want to have the send email form, which one we want to send, and the second one that we want to send to who, and the third one we want to have the subject and also the content as well. So after that, we want to console log that the message sends and the mail sent to the people we want. Okay, and we return the info. That's it. So we have two functions in here to connect the node mailer, and then we send the email. Okay, So after you have been setting up this send email file in the lib folder, you guys can close it and make sure you can save information like follow the way I just explained. All right. Now we jump into the components where we using the form in here. So after we go into the form, this is the very basic structure I have been explained, but this is the one we want in the logins. So we want to create a login simulator, very simple one. I don't want to make it complicated for this tutorial. And the next one we're going to be set it true when the form is handling the submit, and we want to make the function into the async functions, and it's going to be target into our API. I will set it up after this explanations. So feel free to follow exactly the method I do in here. So I will explain first that when we call this effect .api.send email, which means that we calling this server function into this app folder. So you can see that this is the API, and we call this in the send email, which is these actions, this route. Okay, so when you away fetching that, usually we're going to fetch a different URL, but this case we fetch directly into the app folder. And you see when we call into this route, we have the method that we want to process the informations into this one to call in something in this route. Okay, this is very basic standards of the way we're going to do with the Next.js applications. For the header, it's very simple. Content type going to be application JSON. Okay, and now it's the bottom bar. So we want to make sure that the body is the JSON stringify, and we want to return the we want to send into it first is the email. So you can see that this is the email from the form data .email. So explain a little bit. Form data is the form, this form. So this form contains a little bit of the field. So if you look on the right, on the left in here, we have first name, last name, email, and so the form data over here is this email. Okay, so the subject we're going to be fitted. So if you want to dynamic, we can do it as well. And the message, so the message is this message as well. We already been setting up all those in the previous tutorial. So we also have in the name in the sense. So in the sense that the body we're going to be sent into this route is contain email, subject, message, and name. Okay, very simple ones. So after you have been setting up these ones, feel free to check again. Alright, so one more thing that in the button in here, I do a little bit of this class name conditions rendering for the tailwind. So when it's the eroding is true, we want it to have the cursor is not allowed. So you can see is that when we hit something true in here, you see the cursor cannot click, and it's that is return the text is sending, and exactly the way we want in here. So it one is return sending, and the message sends after that. Okay, so when it's true, the cursor is not allowed. Okay, very simple. Alright, so after you have been setting up this fetch, remember to also send in the log data into font after you having the toxifications, and also set the form data clear it. Alright, okay, I think it's good for this form. And now close everything. You go into the API and you go into the route name send email. So you will see that this is very simple function, but it's act really good in the business side. So first things, when we call form, right? Okay, so when we call in the bosh functions, the bosh function here, the meta boss, which is that you call in this bot as well. So it's going to be target into the one that having the method method that we want to use. So when we boss it, we want to receive the request from this form. So from the form, you guys remember that we send in the form with this JSON string file, right? So in here we see that the request is having the TypeScript request from the project itself, and when you go into be send email, sorry, when you receive the email, the data from the form, you need to have in the JSON that to JSON now the information we need, and we just use information we return. For example, we return email, subject, message, and the name. And now we just use the information out with our function to send the email. So this is very simple one that I think you guys can understand very easily. So first thing we call it is the notify owner, and then we call the send email from the lib email we have been setting up. So after we have been call it in here, you need to return the information that we want. So in here we have email sent to subject test HTML, right? So we need to return exactly the information we want. So first thing we have the email. So the email is my email, of course. So this is the email that we use to authentication our server. So for example, you guys having your personal email, you also can need to add in here. And the second one that we need to have a send to. So this is the send to the owner. For example, this is your email owner or your admin. You guys can change this the way you want. So we want to have the subject as well. So in this sense, the subject is of my my form that we having a new message from the website. So it will go into return this subject as we want. And the next step we're going to be having the HTML rendering. So this is very basic HTML email that you guys can customize. So in this sense, I already be setting up a few. So if you see the information here, you will see that this is very basic HTML structure. And the important thing that we want to have in the data in the correct way. For example, if the email sent from somebody, and we want to have the name from somebody, and we want to also have in the message as well. And remember to have the quote like this one, otherwise it won't work. Alright, so we need to have a little of customer in here. And so when you are having this function already, now we need to have a try and catch error if something wrong. So first thing we need to await and we need to promise all. So for example, in the future we want to have in few more function in here. We want to call it one more time in the same time. We don't want it to have complicated things, so we just want to call it once. So in the same future, you can develop the project into more, for example, save into the database or something like that. And in the sense, I just want to use the notify owner, and when we await it, we just want to run this function to send email. Okay, and we're going to return to the status 200 if the email is success, or otherwise we go into console log the error and we have something wrong along the way. Alright, so if you already been setting up like this one I just explained, it should work. Basically, if you follow the tutorial is very tight, it will work. So in the sense that we can try it in here. So let's say we want to change some of the informations that, for example, the message is okay. So let's check the email for one more time. So we have a lot of email. Let's clean it. So message is you receive a new meme from. Okay. So we want to change the email address. So we want to have like this one. Okay. So now we hit send. So this is the conditional rendering, like the way we want. And after we have the send message, we go to check the inbox, and we have the information that we want. So we want the hi there. We have the message is the correct HTML we want, and we have the message as well. Okay, so I think this work very good in the moment. So you guys can customize based on you guys want. You guys can build from the customized React components for the HTML email. All right, for the second ones, so we also have in the field in here. So you see in that we have the register, right? So now we try to hit the subscribe in the register, and it's going to also send us notifications in the via the email that we have the new register, new follower. And I think this is also the same way to approach for the form. So we jump into the code, and then we go into the newsletter. So when you go into the newsletter, you will see in that we also have in the same the login state, and we also call in these functions. So let's see. So we also have in this true first to start the sending simulations, and we after that we go into await, and we go into target into the API with the register route. So we also turn this one into the async functions. And for sure, if you follow the tutorial, you will see this have been set up along the way. And after you fed in that, you want to also using the methods is box, and the headers is the content type with applications and JSON as well. And in the inside of that, we also want to attach into it is the body with the JSON stringify, exactly the same with the form we have been setting up. And for the email, this time a little bit different because we create a stay with this name. So we're going to be using the register newsletter.email inside. So after that, we're going to be set the login into phone to return into the normal state. So in the sense, in the button, you see we also set enough the conditional rendering for the tailwind. And that's it. Okay, so let's see what have inside the API register. Okay, so for the API register, we will follow exactly the same of the send email, but this is way more simple. So in the register, we want to have in first we change the new subject into the one we want, for example new follower. And for the HTML, we only want to bring that you have received a new follower from the website, and what is the email is, and this is automate for you guys can say hi or something like that. So this is very simple way to setting up the business. I think this is very standard that when the customer want to say something, you guys can at least need to know what is the information they want. Okay, and for the setup is exactly the same setup for the form. So okay, let's try one more time with subscribe here. So you have, we go to notifications, so the send. All right, so we have the notification me. Let's see another email. So we have subscribe. Okay, so we have been also okay. So you see this email is sent in the correct informations. Let's try one more time for the form. Okay, so this is changed a little bit. In 3 sections with $3,000 send message. All right, I think that's good. Booking 3 section with 3,000. Okay, I think this is it completed basically. And when you guys having a little bit let's see, let's turn. Okay, so let's go down. We have a register in here. When you hit subscribe, it should be working at the same time because this is the components. Okay, All right, I think this is good. This work. It should be work. All right, subscribe it. Let's see. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think we complete this tutorial. Okay, thank you guys for stay to the end. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial from the beginning to the end. I mean, this tutorial we're going to help you guys to create more projects into your portfolio, and this is also good for the business around your local, when you guys can do a freelancer as well, where you can connect the business with your development experience. Okay, once again, thank you guys for supporting me the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next episode.